welcome back to our channel. This is Dloto, also known as Dloto, and I am with my lovely husband today. And yeah,
So hi guys, my name is Dloto. I'm so excited that I'm back, and yeah,
let's say we are at our normal spot, but we've been away for a very long time, and I think that was because of we were so busy, and then just also trying to just change venues because of we were looking for other places.
Yeah.
We like to travel around and just experience new things. So with that being said, we also want to welcome all the new subscribers on this channel. Welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning back. And if you're watching this video, we will give you 5 seconds. If you're thinking about it, of joining the family, but you're not really sure about it,
you have to join.
Please look
you
at this
have to
couple
join.
and tell me what makes you not want to
No,
come.
you have to come
and join our family.
You have to come.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say?
No, I mean I'm quite happy that the fact that we are making some contribution in terms of championing some conversations about issues with relationships. So I'm quite happy about what we are kind of championing, and we are contributing to the discourse around issues that are concerning to many people who are joining our YouTube channel. So I'm quite happy about that.
And we really do not take it for granted, guys, that you come here and you support us like extensively. Like we really appreciate you guys, because you do have choice to go to other people, but you choose to be here and to be loyal to us. And for that, I just want to give you
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You know, sometimes you are mindful by the fact that you know that you cannot go on your own. You need a community of people who will listen to what you are saying. I'm quite sick today. Listen to what you are saying and also, participate in that way.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that is happening, to be honest, and we have grown significantly.
Yeah, we have, and that's because of you. So you are the special ones, and that's why we dress up, look for these places, order food just to come to you guys. So we do all these things in your honor for you guys. Something greater will come as we grow. Something will come, and we'll just dedicate it for you guys. We are not in a hurry, because when we do it, we want to make sure that we do it like honorably.
Yeah.
I think when we were driving here, I had thoughts in my mind which enlightened us to have a discussion, and I think I really want us to take this further and talk about it, because I think it affects a lot of people, whether they are in a serious relationship or not, whether they married or they still single, but one way or another, I think it affects everybody. So with that being said, please make sure that you do subscribe, like this video, comment down below, and also share the video as well. So I was saying to my husband, there is this particular individual. Oh no, let me not say that. I mentioned in my previous video that I was kind of like the catalyst for us to get married. And
So you wanted to.
I believe I
You
was.
wanted to get married.
Yes, I did want to get
I
married.
think I never wanted to get married at that time,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And you wanted,
And
you pushed.
and you know what? I felt
I
it.
didn't want to get married.
I felt it, and shame, okay? I was very
Pushy about it.
pushy,
And
and I
controlling
was so
about
adamant. But yeah, if this is what I want, and I remember, because we got Umelo Kuhle, and we were not married. When we made Umelo Kuhle, we were not married. We were still engaged, right? But a lot of people thought we were married, because the lifestyle that we had built for ourselves was for people that are actually married. So then what we did was we created a
But
place.
I think what is interesting, so before the pairs on this,
Yeah.
what is interesting is to find out, like I'm there for now,
Yeah, get
Eh.
okay.
is to find out so you in the banner what hey, you did put me under a particular stress, to be
Let me
honest.
tell you, can I just quickly just give you guys a bit of context, right? We met both of us we met in 2014, right? And then Anele, 3 months down the line, he engaged me. And I want to tell you guys how the process of engagement happened. I came from a particular church which constructed how things should be done. And Anele also came from a background, which he was not allowed to date abantu who were not Christians. And now I was coming from a church where I was an assistant pastor, right? And the belief system in my church was that if you do meet a significant other, you need to come forward and present it in church so that they can come bless you. And it would be nice that you find someone inside the church. And if you don't find someone inside the church, if it's an outsider, which we believed is that you guys speak and want to get married, because they didn't want us to find us in a situation whereby we sleep together, impregnate each other, and then the guy departs, right? And I think that's a good thing.
So it was a more controlling part of system.
I wouldn't say it's a controlling, but it's a
protective system.
Yes, it's a system which protected us in a way. So when I met him, he knew he wanted to get married, right? But obviously, I think it's within everybody individually.
I think for me the problem was expectation about how I would get married. Because I was dealing with this issue whereby yes, I wanted to get married, but again there was this expectation because of my social status, my where I'm coming from. So people expected a particular wedding, a particular. So people expected a particular form of umchado.
Yeah.
And that expectation was not meeting my reality.
In fact, it's not even meeting. He didn't. Number one, he was not permanent.
I was not working in a very permanent job.
Yes.
And I was not earning a lot of money.
Yes, that's the second part. He was also not earning a lot.
And I was a bit poor.
You were not a bit poor, you were poor.
It was so
because we at that time he was not permanent, and God blessed us with a house.
Yeah.
At that point, and Imali was going to the house. Mm-hmm. It was going to the house before even doing other expenses. So Abandu, when they looked at him, I think they had these expectations that you're working at a university, and it's not just any university, it is Nelson Mandela University.
People don't even know if you can work at the university, but still you are working in a very precarious nature.
Yeah.
You are a contract worker, and you have all of these qualifications, but you don't you're not permanent. And again, people have expectations because you are educated. At that stage, I had already had honors and a BTech. I had a lot of qualifications, but again, I was not getting employment full time that will allow me to give me security to be able to navigate things that I want to do. So that was my reality, and I wanted to get married to you, but I felt where is where is going to be coming from?
Yeah.
So those are the issues that we and number two, I can't do ladies.
Yeah.
Because no one will help me to pay that kind of lobola. So the entire thing needed to come from me, and I earn less than 10,000 or it was 12,500 or whatever, but it was less than 15,000 a month.
I think the second part was the fact that with girls we already see a husband, we already see the family, and I think with guys they want to be sure. They you make one mistake and I think it changes everything. So I think also Anele, he had other commitments, he had other dreams. Anele, outside the being a lecturer, he had businesses that he was doing. In particular, I would say in the music fraternity, right? And then he would, for example, do huge events, right? you know, an event, okay, guys, it's not gonna cost 30,000. You know, it's not even gonna cost 80,000. It costs thousands of money. So for me, I was always shocked that we always had. Let me talk about him because yayinguye umuntu wayephangela, I was still a student. So I was like, he would do these huge events and call these famous people. And then when we spoke about marriage, it was always like, Anaman. And he would buy sound system, guys. He also has a sound business. And guys, anybody that knows a sound, in my K1, and I'm not talking about being done. I'm talking about what is it
Hybrid.
called? I'm not talking about hybrid.
Show
I'm talking
mic.
about show mic. Or lapel don't. And this guy, it was so funny because sometimes he would look on the internet and I would catch him connect cart already, added things on a cart, and then then plus yeah. And I was thinking he would spend money, thousands of money on things. So I was like, no man, this guy is actually not serious. But what I never thought about it, it's only now that I'm thinking that maybe they were things which kept you from wanting to get married to, because of, like I said, in my own thinking, he can rectify that because of love, because of, obviously there was things that but he was not certain about certain things, or he was scared that maybe
Of
he was
course,
scared.
of course, I think now you had your options, different options. You were like all over as well.
Yeah.
You know, you wanted different things. So I think the difficult part before about Bachate, I think that, you know, Lena Indo people must do, to be honest. You have to find time to discover one another. Kakuhle.
But babes,
And to find out, like I wanted to build a business.
yeah.
I never wanted to build umchato.
Yeah.
For argument's sake, I had an idea. I want to build this idea. This idea will then give me an investment in the long run, and I know that once I get the money that I want, then it's going to be easy for me to get married to you. So I was pushing that agenda. It was not in my umchato. It was not in my agenda, because I was not secured financially. I was still young. I was growing. I needed to figure out izinto zonke. I didn't know kakuhle, but I knew into yobana I want to do this business, and I knew into yobana once the business is fine, kuzoba lula ukuba nemali and begin to have lo mtshato that we want, because now money is there.
Yeah.
But now there is no money. There is nothing. There is this thing was charted, and all of these things. How are you going to assemble them? How are you going to do them once?
Yeah.
So it was a conflict of interest. Ungandibuza ngoku into yoba bendikuthanda na, ewe bendikuthanda. Ungandibuza ngoku bendifuna ewe bendikuthanda. But I felt that if thina sabantu besiyi-team, we were not singatsali in different direction, we could have agreed collectively, okay fine, Anele, you are passionate about this business, you are passionate about this event, I'm going to support you, and we know in Dobana, okay, once there is a breakthrough, Glendo, we will do our wedding the way that we wanted. We commit in Dobana, we are going to stick together. We're going to be faithful. We're going to have trust. We're going to build trust, and we're going to do all of those things. But we know in the next 2 years, we are going to have the type of mchada that we want.
Yeah, I think that could work.
And it did not work in us.
In how it's being said. But I think for me, in coming from a really background, I really want to share this because I think for me it's important so that it can have it can make sense. I come from a background where my mom and dad lived in the same household for more than 10 years, right? That's number one. And how they actually broke up, it was something that we all never thought of that would actually happen, because these people really had love. When I saw love, I first saw love from my parents. So when we saw them together loving each other, and just within few months, when my dad started earning money, how they broke up, I think that kind of like opened amanxeba, because I was kind of insecure about a lot of things, and I thought people were just coming for bypass J, you know, and also because of I've been into not really many relationships, but I've been through relationships, and I've seen how many guys would come and go, right, and make promises. No, this is what I want, and that's another thing that I think I want to talk about. Is about, okay, let me just finish this. Is that you'd find that, okay, fine, you feel insecure because of, yes, people make promises and people will tell you the world, but they will not keep up to their promises. Because in my mind, I was like, why not trust God for what I want? But I think I need to put a twerk into this and say, yes, Lord, I trust you, but Anele, you need to get married to. I literally gave him an ultimatum, to be quite honest, because I was like, if we're not getting married, then it's gonna be out. In fact, I'm going home because Galoko, you've engaged me now, and we wanna pay into, because nowadays you can't say I am not gonna get married because I don't have money, because all you just literally need is 350. I don't know how much it is now. Because it varies from families to families how that is negotiated. But in terms of making your marriage legal, now that I'm thinking about it, one, it was selfish of me not to want to understand what you wanted when. But personally, I also think at the very same time, I did myself a favor, because I don't think sit together so it will.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna tell you, I think in the single, it has a loophole to a lot of things. Because sometimes you feel like, well, I'm not attached to this person. You're my boyfriend and you're my girlfriend, and I don't owe you anything. But if I'm not gonna feel a certain way, kulula for him to just do as I please. Not that I'm saying that abantu don't do the cheating part when they get married, but I just think people who fear the Lord, it won't be easy for them to cheat when they are in marriage. Yeah. But if we're not together, we're single, I don't personally feel like I owe you anything, because Galoko, we're not married, and Galoko, there is nothing which now says I'm committed to this person. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't think there is an owing to each other that much than I don't know, man.
I think the man kuko, yeah, okay, they are now, but in relationships, it's complex, it's difficult.
Oh, they are.
They need abantu who will understand themselves first and understand the other person first, and redefine kubo into what does it mean to be in this relationship.
Yeah.
Because even a child is nothing less, is nothing more than a commitment that you hold dear to your life, to yourself. A commitment that you hold dear, that I will be a faithful husband in sickness and in death. It's a commitment that you make, and you, every day of your life as a married person, you are struggling towards that commitment every day. It's a struggle, it's a war.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the same principle, you know, it's the same thing. But of course, in the Bible, try to become very complicated, Yona, because there are attachments to things like what type of mchato that you are married to. So, yeah.
But I just want to say this, ne? I think I want to add this 2 cents of mine that says, I think in the Bayoku, it's a win-win situation. I think it's a win-win situation, even though it was not a good thing. But I'm grateful that I did it because at the end of the day,
Yo,
we here. we
you
here.
won't stress a baby.
And
yeah, it's very difficult. Like 1 minute I'm a mall, come on. In the next hour, someone is very sad that I'm chat. And I'm enjoying the benefits.
And I remember this other day, you took me out, and I really thought that he was gonna engage me. Yo, guys, it was a turn and twist. I cried that day. I was like, makeup. Now this thing was not even about the special moment that he's creating, but it was about in the I can engage, and I would send him pictures. I like this. I did a lot of work, guys. But now that I'm thinking about it, it was not necessary, to be quite honest.
Yes, because
it was honestly not necessary.
Abantu that are listening to this video, you funu chat, you have your own boyfriend.
Yeah.
You have all of these issues. I think kwabantu abafuna chat is a good thing. Completely, I agree with you. You have to get married, but please take time to do these things that are important. The question, are you ready to do this? And what it means about ready is something else to say yes, I'm ready, and then say, okay, explain what you mean. I'm ready. So I think abantu who are not yet married have an opportunity that is presented to them to seek as much as they can in terms of information and attend a lot of empowerment seminars around this concept of child.
And here's the truth, and then I just want to quickly add something, and just to make sure that now we're because I think it was important for me to tell my background, because I could say that a lot of decisions which I took
were not your decisions.
It were not my decisions. They were informed of my past because of this man just made me pregnant and he might leave any time. Or when this man a new doctor. He could just meet someone at university when they're doing this
workshops.
Yes. And then at the unit. Or you can just meet someone in the unit and then he's gone. You know what I mean? And I'm stuck with this thing. And I think the advantage of today is that they can be anything that they want. Not that we can't, but I think ibanzima for us to get back, because you're like, oh my gosh, now it's not long about Nando, and that's painful, because Lamdana, whether you like it or not, will bring your ex. It will bring back your ex, yeah. And I think that's the only thing that made me to want to fight, because I was like, there is no way that I am losing this person.
Remember, baby, remember. Yes, and you know the thing that is important.
Yeah.
Study your boyfriend like you are studying your books. Mkhangele lo muntu ba zithini principles zalo muntu, what are the values zalo muntu lo, because you cannot be beyond, you are always framed by your values and your principles. You cannot be defined by something else. Wonke umuntu okhoyo, there is something that is leading that person. There's something that person is living in life. So there are particular values, the principles that I am living my life now. So study those principles. Ubone bala lo muntu lixoki elingakanani eli lakho unalo, lixoki elingakanani, ujonga ba okay lixoki elingakanani eli xa kangakanani lo muntu. Then you benchmark lo, okay, ndintoni lo muntu athanda uxoka ngayo, kanye yintoni le lo muntu. These are the things that you have to study this person.
But
You gauge, you're okay.
That's why I'm does gauge kodwa.
But-
At some point azange ndisguys
Baby, but unocinga into yobana shem,
ndizichathe.
but imagine,
Oh,
baby.
sana lam nini.
I'm trying to think
Hayi
about
ndazibona guys mna apha yabona kule nto ayithethayo, it's very fundamental and ayithethayo and ndayibamba ndayithi chu ndabenchmarka ndaqonda uba guys mani lo bhuti yigold and if ndiyamluza then
But what about amazwi ala bhuti?
kaloku
Okay.
you can't trust
That's
yonke
all.
into.
The problem is not about ubhuti. The problem is about yena nongathembi yena kulo bhuti. It has nothing to do with ubhuti. Because I knew into yobana I will never do such an undignified
No,
thing.
it's actually about the principles. Lento buyithethayo. Kaloku lento ndisithi kuwe. Lento guys, if you really you can take this example whether you like it or not. When you're speaking about benchmarking and trying as a woman and as a male, look at the principles alone. If now that I'm reading them, ngoku, there was nothing that made me to second guess your promises, but I did because of the principles. Zamo, they were not.
So the problem
allowing
was
me.
not about me.
Yes.
Like umzekelo, and I understand umuntu, like umzekelo, I have Maramelo. She's my wife. I'm chat. And she brought umntana, umelo kuhle. Then ifamily yami le. I continue to study nezo zonke yonke loo nto. It does not allow me into yobana out of the blue divinity andifuna utshata ndiyakulahla andisafuni yonke le nto. It's not going to happen. But it does not mean into yobana we are not confronting ubunzima. Buninzi ubunzima abukhoyo. Every day siyaxabana, omnye udiniwe akafuna upheka, omnye ufuna ukutya, and we have those conversations even all the time. Are you perfect into yobana? But again into endicingayo into yobana mna kufuneka into yobana singanikezeli komnye nomnye.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Dloto, umhle, Anele, you are handsome. We can decide any moment
Today, in fact, now.
that mamela ungacingi uba wena ndidipende kuwe wena Dloto. Ndiyahamba apha kule nto. Ngoku. And number two, ubomi bakho abuzoma futhi. You get that? Abuzoma ubomi bakho. Your life will continue to be in the projection that you desire.
Yeah.
But what do you want to lose? Sizoba zingcweleha thina sowabi.
Because wherever I go.
No, because xa utshatile, you become one.
That's what I'm saying. Kaloku there is anele.
Yeah, and xana ke ngoku it's like thatha prestic. Namathele Dloto no Anele uthi mabahlula ayikwazi bazosuka lapha isiteke.
Apparently, it will need some part of anele will be benchmark.
Sizonzakalisana. We are going to damage each other. Then uye kulo mtshato wakho lo ongomnye umtshato
Kusekho anele.
ungcwelekile ngapha ya. So what does this then say? Lento ithi kubunzima mna endibuvayo kulo mtshato wami. Ndiyabuva ubunzima bukhona ubunzima. All the time. But kufuneka ndizame into yokubana ndicinge i-commitment nesizathu sokuba kutheni ndilapha kulo mtshato. You know, I have to remind myself always what is the reason why I'm in this marriage, why I'm here. When difficult moments confronts us, myself particular, sometimes I have this difficult conversation trying to drive alone.
Yeah.
You know, I comfort myself when we have difficult moment like this. All we have a difficult moment, right? The moment was like basically we needed uba sitye. My wife was saying udiniwe upheka because Pekka, she's cooking the entire week. All the time she cooks. So yesterday she was tired, and then part of that difficult moment there were exchange of words and things and so on, because I felt she's unfair about that, and also I needed food banditye. and she's tired, and we didn't understand that. But it does not mean we have to give up on one another. One thing I appreciate in my house, ukutya. I love food, and I get hurt. It's one thing that I get hurt. So umfazi wami must understand into yobana ndiyakuthanda ukutya, and if I don't eat, something is happening to me. I become grumpy, and I don't understand you. There's something wrong about you. It's my love language at some point, because I've enjoyed ukutya kwakhe, how she cooks, and I feel it's pointless man to cook. It's pointless for me to cook because I will do stupid food. So I can't cook. Do I want to? Yes, I want to, but I will never be at that level. I enjoyed her food, kakulu. And I get tired. I get these things as in Sarabubi. But does it mean that I have to leave her? No. And I was just thinking maybe at the long run, we need to outsource that part. We get to hire someone who will cook for us 3-course meal, salad and soup, so that we don't fight about food. You get it?
Yeah.
So what does it mean? It means this idea of marriage, nomchato, and relationship. It's a particular journey that is happening every day. So every day I wake up, I decide that I still love Dloto. Both of us, we have options. It may mean today that I'm more financially stronger because I'm a qualified sociologist. My wife is not working, and she depends on me financially, right? But it's not going to be always like that. I've decided to support my wife so that she can finish her qualification ability. It means in the present moment, things that I desire to have, things that I want to buy myself, I'm not going to buy them for myself. I will have to consider her melokuhle. It's a sacrifice that I've prepared to take for 5 years. Do I want it like that all the time? No. But it's a principle, it's a value that I'm willing to take. So this idea then means we have to always struggle to balance the two things, to agree that it's complicated, but I want to make it work. I want it to. It's like, when I read the Bible, it's like when. All right. Thank you. Yeah, of course. And I know you'll always like it. It's nice. Nalea, very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
For me, it's like the struggle. If you read the Bible, Paul was saying, that I pleaded with the Lord.
Yeah.
I prayed to the Lord to remove the thorn in my flesh. So a thorn may represent a particular struggle that you are confronted on a daily basis. Every day you wake up, you are confronted with this thorn. It can be it could be in your relationship, it could be in your friends, but there's this thorn. And Paul pleaded with the Lord to say, Lord, I pray, can you remove this thorn in the flesh? And God said, my grace is sufficient for you. So it meant that the grace of the Lord is going to, in the process of your struggle, He is going to help you so that you could be able to continue with your journey.
Yeah.
So you can be married, but there's a thorn in your marriage. But I'm saying the grace of the Lord will be able to be sufficient. So I encourage myself when those difficult moments hit, that okay, I feel that Dloto is selfish. I feel, Anele, that you are selfish as well. You know, can't you see that you know? Okay, you know, so those conversations I have with myself, but I always have this conversation with the understanding that I have no option to make it work. And that means to make this relationship work, because you know it's like running a race to win a prize. When you are in a race, you always look for the prize. The running 100-meter or whatever is difficult, but you are always encouraged that at the end of this 100-meter there will be a prize. So it's like that. It's like that. You struggle with this difficulty of your relationship, but you do not, give up on your partner. Does it make sense? So you don't, and yeah.
Can I just quickly add this, ne? Kulando yoku give up, and my husband just, encouraging people who are in relationship, and I don't want to just close the box and say married people. Like I said to you, these things even happened to people who are in a serious relationship, but they still not yet married. Okanye, they engaged, but they feeling the thorn. You know what I mean? So I think those are great words of encouragement. But I think for me personally, I've learned to trust myself in the process. Marriage taught me how to trust myself more than to trust what the other person can do for me or what they can bring for me, right? So it's the same thing as when people, we get a lot of questions when people say, how do you trust that your partner will never cheat on you? Or why are you so confident that your Anele will never cheat on you? And I always say, this is not about trusting your Anele, but this is about trusting myself, because I think it brings more comfort that I go to bed knowing that I trust myself, that even whatever may happen in the relationship, I'll still be willing to. I'll still be able to move forward. So I think you kind of not to put more weight on the person, but you rest assured knowing that this is what you can offer and this is who you are. That's why I think Anele always emphasizes Lendaba on pouring the oil into yourself and just investing in yourself when you come into a relationship or trying to meet, or maybe you're ready to meet someone. It's to say to you, first feel yourself.
Discover yourself.
Feel yourself, discover yourself. And I just also think, don't be in a rush, guys. And I say this, Umchata is a beautiful thing. And in as much as it's beautiful, like you said, there are thorns, not just one thorn. You find one thing, then the following day, there's another thing that you discover. And if you haven't encountered a phase where you learn and you restructure yourself and you evaluate who you are, I think the problem will hit when there are people who see differently, who want to part ways. It's because of they didn't take time to invest in themselves. So more than relying on what the other person can do for you or what they can offer, please try to invest in yourself. And like I said, it was important for me to first tell you guys a bit about my background, because it had a lot of impact on my relationship. Even currently, it sometimes pops up in the trust issues. It pops out in the Yoko to relay a message to Anne. I hurt him because I didn't relate in a more dignified way, right? So as you know, they do come, and it's issues that even today I feel I still need to work on, because I haven't 100%, been there. But what's important is that I am trusting myself that I will be at a place where I want to be. I believe that Dloto will make Anele happy. I trust and I believe that I will make my marriage work. And it's all about more than to say, because it's so easy to point fingers. Like you said, we just had a misunderstanding, but it brought back these memories to say, Dloto, hey, stop pointing fingers. When in the midst of this thing, now you could have also avoided certain things. Right, So, but that comes with maturity.
Yeah,
you get to a point of saying these things now right with maturity. So I mean to say, zithembe wena, because you know that at the end of the tunnel, even if the relationship does not work, you're not married, because I don't advocate to divorce. But if you're not married, to say you could find another person, and you're in a process of a divorce, or you're in a process of breaking up, but you can go heal yourself. You can you can pray about it. You can seek more of the Holy Spirit's guidance. You can go to a psychologist. Or can you both separately, guys? Some counseling separately, because I find that also, baby, is that we sit with problems upper in the institution of yomthatho, and isifune mna ndizawufuna ungena kwigumbi psychologist with Anele, because I'm saying we both have this issue. But if Anele, I've thought about it. You go to your own psychologist. I go to my own psychologist, because you find that there are more things that you would share. Sitting in one room and we have to argue about problems. You find that you've actually gotten so many answers, and you've gotten so much relief, because you've been compressing izinto, because sometimes I don't wanna, if as raw as it is, I know how hurtful it could become. You want vice versa. But if separator, do your own counseling, do your own whatever. More answers or more relief and more healing could come, because you're working with individuals. So I want to advocate lendomna of working ngasko sakho. Yes, you're in the institution, you become one, but you still Dloto.
That's why I always said, remember my initial, I've been saying this thing 5 years ago, that when you're in a relationship, the relationship should not dim the light that you are. But what happens is that when people don't, I'm sorry to say this, when you have not discovered that you are a light, and then you see the light to others, you tend to dim the light to others. So I'm saying, as you are growing and becoming who you are, Anele Dloto should not begin to dim that light that you are. Should encourage and enable that light to be brighter and brighter and brighter. Because my thinking is that I'm doing that because you are part of who I am. Now, if you are a success, that success is my success. Because and now you're thinking that Dloto, yes, Dloto, of course, but we become one. So I have to make sure that Dloto becomes that success she desires to become. And I create an environment to enable that and support you. That's the philosophy. But it's not happening. Because we come into the relationship with a baggage of insecurities. The thing about me, I discovered that I was prepared for this life when I was like 10 years. So it seems to me that I'm ahead of my time in everything. For me, I was like prepared about these things. I knew this. I'm sorry to say this. I don't like to say it. I knew this way before. So that then prepared me to be sure in Dokbana. I'm not going to be anything else, but I'm going to be that which I know that I'm designed to become. I'm just thinking about my past relationship. Glendo is a psychologist.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend wanted, we had a particular incident. She was very unfaithful. So she wanted me to subject myself to a psychologist. To go and talk about what to fix us. And I thought to myself, okay, why do I have to go to a psychologist? What's the problem? Right? Because a relationship is nothing else than trust. Principles of trust, honor, respect, and love and care. And those principles for me cannot be outside than the word of God. So if then you don't understand that framework, and then you are going to be behaving anyhow. Like now you becoming a lawyer, you are in a conference in Johannesburg. I will have to trust that you are in a conference in Johannesburg. Nothing else. I don't have to check on you, video call you. You are at work. So you come back. But because we insecure and we have these superstitions and so on, Mama will always say that, you are not going to be able to control everything. You have to make peace with the fact that you can't, the external environment, you are unable to control. For argument's sake, you can't control. I cannot control you, Dloto. I'm just thinking about it now. But am I a man who don't know I can control my wife? No. I should not control you. You should flourish and become what you want to become. And explore your businesses. Try this business. It works. Great. It fails. Try another one. I have to encourage you, Mama. Someone, I'm going to have to be your cheerleader. You do your business, you make up. Baby, don't go and do it. It fails, okay? Do something else. I have to be. But I cannot inject negativity and put you like supporter, but I'm having these negative ideas I'm putting in your mind. And the picture that we are seeing will diminish. But the partner that I am, I have to make sure that, baby, this will work. Baby, think about that. Call that person. Explore that. I'm not going to say, do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. I think in summary, for Umna, just to close this video, guys, because the food is going to get cold, I think the idea is to just trust yourself. Trust yourself and believe in what you are doing, and also just trust your partner. Yeah, when you learn to just trust what you're doing and and just pray about it. I think things more also come clearer when you involve God. I know sometimes it may come that if you're not centered, because I need to say this, if you're not centered in the word of God, you will have doubts. Everybody has doubts, but it's different when you have faith and you are relying on God, because you've got a backup to say, oopsie, the word of God says. So I think now in everything, guys, it's work. What you guys see now, these nice comments you guys post to us, there would be sometimes days we will come here and then after, because of what we have said,
maybe this space become a therapy
to us.
For us to,
So I need you to understand that we all don't have it all put together. We are just doing Siaposha because of we both believe in this. There was something that
we're
I
not
said.
pushing. We're not pushing anything. We are not pushing anything.
No, babes. I think that people will understand me when I say
what
push
do you
this
mean?
thing. I don't mean we're forcing things. The push that I'm talking about is not forcing what we're doing, but is removing I am not gonna stay in one place just because of Lungu, because what I want is happy moments. But even though is our but now I know how next time if it comes, how I can handle it. You know, we're not gonna be like, but we take baby steps. That's what I'm trying to say when I say push. We're not gonna stay in one thing. I'm gonna say, you remember where it started? You know what I mean? Because we both want this, right? And as my prayer, I will continuously pray for my husband. I will keep on praying for myself. I'll pray for this relationship. I'll pray for my family. So that there is an aura of love. That there is an aura of happiness and joy and calmness. Right? And I'll also invite the spirits of God. The Spirit, I need to have the Holy Spirit, because if you have the Holy Spirit, there is no way that you cannot bear the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Self-control when there is anger. Oh, if no one. She's like, and then you're like, oh my Lord. Because I remember yesterday I was like, You know, there are things that you can say which can just turn everything down. But you have self-control and you're like, I can't say this. Okay, let me leave it. As hurtful as but no, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's basically what I want to say. Is there anything that you want to say before we close?
I think thank you very much for the conversation. Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to eat the food.
So guys, with that being said, I think we are just going to close this video. If there are any further questions, we love the communication, guys. We love the fact that you reply to us, you ask us questions, you prompt us to do more videos like this. So seeing that you guys have enjoyed, please make sure that you do share this video, comment down below, and we would love to hear some of your stories.
Yeah.
You know, and we love you guys lots, and we'll see you guys on our next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye guys.